Okay.
About it, like,
Oh,
like I'm actually, like, yes, I know that we are referencing that to that.
Dude, wait, do you know how they fucking talk? Hold on. There's a fucking... This is
I'm
how
gonna
they
Google
talk.
Tortussi.
It's like a fucking thing in my head where
Figure
instead
out what
of
the
it
fuck it is.
being those sounds, it's just the animals.
There's a TikTok video that says not the Tortussi.
Did you mean to?
Urban Dictionary.
Sound of a cat meowing.
The bussy of a tortoise. From bro, what's the smell? Other friend, I know bro, it smells like straight up Tortussi in here.
When they are meowing excessively like that.
Why?
I don't know. It reminds me of the cries of like.
That's literally why cats meow, is so that we'll feed them
I looked
the
away
mimic
from
sounds
the
of babies.
Yeah, cats, we did not civilize cats. Cats civilized us.
Like, yeah, it's because I don't like kids, but that one's genuinely just because the sound.
You don't like the sound of whining.
No.
Oh, Gary, is
You're
Nicole
just
home?
like me, you know that, right?
Yes, she is.
Bring her into the
Your
room
dad,
where she can hear me.
when he's like, huh?
Hang
You
on.
want to say it?
I'm assuming
When your dad is sick, he's like,
wants
oh,
to
I
say
don't feel
something.
good. I don't mind. What is wrong? Oh, I don't mind. I don't feel good.
I don't know.
What I can't stand is, Mimi, I don't feel good. I will.
Hello.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey.
You know what handsome Squidward
This
looks
is
like,
what
right?
it sounds like when Abby
Yeah.
and Bubba talk.
Somebody just created a statue and sank it into the ocean
That's
On your
of
feet?
handsome... No, in real life. Somebody created a handsome Squidward statue and for $25,000 and sank it into the ocean for future future archaeologists to find it.
Oh, Lord.
So now, in like 200 years, the thing that you love most, Squidward and SpongeBob, will officially be part of the historical human record. Somebody
That's funny.
created like a fucking giant metal statue for $25,000 of handsome Squidward, and they sank it in the Mediterranean Sea at an undisclosed location.
That's
So that
funny.
one day somebody will be able to find the fucking statue of Squidward, and they'll be like, oh, what the fuck is this? Why is there a handsome Squidward in the middle of this sunken city?
That's funny.
Also, has Gary played a special song for you?
What song?
I've seen that episode.
No, not yet.
I need you to tell Alexa to play The Bottom 3 by Glorb.
Alexa, play the bottom 3 by Glorb. Oh, God. Alexa, volume 5.
I watch SpongeBob the same way I watch, like, Family Guy and shit.
Because of childhood.
Okay.
Now listen to this song.
Okay. Oh, I'm making broccoli cheddar casserole for you guys for Christmas.
No judgment,
Okay.
dude. Literally, okay, so I grew up going to Disneyland in California, right? And one of the rides was called Snow White's Scary Adventures, and it was based off of the Disney movie Snow White. It was a dark ride. And literally, you just rode in a car that was on a track, so you go literally 1 mile an hour, and it takes you through the story of Snow White. That ride gave me nightmares. I was petrified of that ride. Because, like, you walk through, and then the statue of the Wicked Witch as the old lady fell backwards, and the rock fell on top of her. And it was
I thought you
loud
would
and
appreciate this song.
autistic, and I didn't know I was autistic. So it
This
was
band is
funny.
nothing but like
thunder, and that
SpongeBob
fucking
music.
ride gave me goddamn nightmares. I would not go on it. I'm the only fucking 7-year-old little girl who wouldn't go on the Snow White princess ride.
It's catchy as shit.
Gary thinks it's catchy.
It is.
Why? If you will exit
What
the
are you
room for
flying,
like
Gary?
30 seconds, I will put on a shirt and sit up a little bit more.
Okay, if you want to give Gary back the headphones now, you can. I just wanted you to hear this song.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Hi, baby. I love you. I love you. Did you hurt your toe? I'm sorry, baby.
Oh no, I did it worse. I did it worse. I bit my nail backwards.
Ugh. I would rather you hit me in the face with a baseball bat than bend one of my toenails backwards.
It doesn't even hurt. It's really weird.
So, I have had 2 toe injuries in my life. One, I used to work at Walmart. And I worked at a Walmart that they were doing construction on. Walmart doesn't hire a construction company, though, once the building is up. They make their workers put in the shelves and stuff. And so I was assembling the front checkout lanes, which includes those poles that run all the way to the ceiling that contain the wires. And I was the supervisor, and so my worker, his name was Tobias. He was passing me the boxes down that held those poles. And the poles aren't super heavy. They're like probably 20 pounds total. You know, not heavy, but they are very long boxes. Well, one of the boxes had ripped open. And he passed me the box. And I didn't drop the box. But the box was open, and so the pole fell out of the box. And it hit my shoe. And it's a very thin pole. It split my shoe and split my big toenail. And by the time I got my shoe off, my shoe was filled with blood. Because it almost split my toe to the bone. That was my first toe injury. My second toe injury was when I was barefoot at a girl's house. I was trying to leave in the middle of the night. Because she didn't want her mom to know that I had been there. So I was gathering up all my shit, and I didn't want to sit there trying to put my shoes on in the middle of the night. So I was just going to sneak out to my car, which was down the road. And I clipped my pinky toe against her coffee table. And it hurt really bad. But I didn't want to yell or make noise. So I left the house. And then I got to my car. And I turned the light on inside and I looked. My pinky toe had been ripped off.
I'm gonna throw
until
up.
it just like a tiny bit was still on. And
I'm gonna throw up.
I was like, oh my God, that's not going to heal. So I touched it and it ripped off. And for like the next 6 years, every time my pinky toe fully regrew, it would just fall off. It wasn't until about 2 years into my marriage with your mom that my pinky toenail stopped falling off.
Please stop.
She's in there gagging right now.
I'm gone.
Love you.
Love you. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I had that. I wish I had that meme saved.
I would just die.
Where it's just like dad
William.
POV, dad's
Car.
for fucking real, and it's just her like piece of shitty costume.
Oh,
where
okay.
it's just
Well,
like,
then I just wrecked this man's car for no reason.
back in my day.
Back in my day.
When I decided what you were.
Where's your Viking?
What the fuck?
I flipped it over on the highway and it crashed, so I had to put it away.
Yes. And it's so fucking accurate, especially with that.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude, no shit.
He's got some wild stories.
He fucking does. That's the difference between, like, me, I have funny stories from, like, school and my childhood.
His is just traumatizing.
Yeah.
His are trauma.
Like, mine are like, my daddy beat me one time, and he's like, I found a dead body behind the creek.
And he's just like, fucking, okay.
They're all like, dude, do you need therapy? He's like, nah.
No.
We did find a grave on the island in the lake at Moon Lake, and we had to call the cops.
replay of that would be, "Are you good? Do you need therapy?" "Yes, actually." And
Babe.
yes.
Did you hear me?
Babe. No.
Tell her about the time I found a grave in the middle of the lake and we had to call the cops.
Dad says he found a grave in the middle of the lake and they had to call the cops. Dude, okay, but wait, I actually found a body in the creek one time, though. I actually think I have your dad beat on that one. It was right after Hurricane... What hurricane was that, babe? Was that Ike?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
It was Hurricane Ike. And I had gone rock climbing behind the house, right? And the fucking some cute-ass fireman had to come get me because I tried to go rock climbing in cowboy boots after not rock climbing in like 10 years after a large hurricane. So I was like 10 foot away from just dying. And so the fireman had to come and help me. But while I was down there, I watched a body float by, wrapped up in a rug.
What?
Do Chris and Tamla remember Amanda?
Just a body, just floating down the Cattle River, no telling how long. They reported it about 2 days later. They found it about 2 days later. I did not call the cops. You know what? No, we're not talking about any more rock climbing instances. I don't know what story William is referencing, but we're not talking about any more rock climbing instances.
It's kind of involved.
What's going on now?
No, I've never broken a bone like that, not rock climbing. All of my bone breaks have either been I stepped wrong and I broke something in my foot, I punched something that I shouldn't have and I broke my hand, or I bragged that I had never broken a bone and I broke my finger 2 hours later by jump roping. I bragged to my cousin that I had never broken a bone and my mom's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I've done it multiple times. I've bragged about it multiple times, but just for the sake of this one conversation.
Yeah, I said that and my mom was outside and she's like, "Do you know our family, every single time that has happened, somebody's broken their bone within a day of saying that?" And I'm just like, "Oh, sorry, Mommy, it won't happen to me." And she's like, "You fucking dumbass." 2 hours later, I snapped my finger backwards, touched my wrist with the back of my finger because I was jump roping, and she's like, "I fucking told you."
Speaking of fingers bending backwards.
Mom, is this witchcraft? Mom, is this witchcraft?
Tell Everest about the time Bobby pointed his finger at my mom and she snapped it back so it touched the back of his hand.
So, Bobby, Dad's brother, his crazy brother.
Who's we doing now?
Dad's mom,
I don't
whom
care.
he calls his mother, is shorter than you.
There are actually lore to this.
There's lore. So Dad's mom is shorter than you. She's 4'9" on a good day. I used to say she was 5 foot because of 3 inches of hair. Because she used to have a perm that was literally just this big. She just had a helmet of curly hair. And she doesn't have that anymore. She was 4'9".
Pretty much.
Now she's like 4'7" because she has to hunch. 4'9" on a good day, right? 99 pounds soaking wet. This is a very small woman. The fact that her lineage somehow beget that is mind-boggling to me and is equivalent to power and gods of genetics. She's a very small woman. Dad's brother is 6'6", so he's a little bit shorter than Dad, but he's built like your Uncle Gary. He's real lanky. He's all arms and legs, real thin.
Who,
Same
Bobby?
with his hair's thin
Yeah.
too. Yes, Bobby. But he is a very tall man. So imagine somebody who is shorter than you standing next to Uncle Gary, just very stretched out, right? So that's the height difference. And he's getting at her, and he's teasing her. He's not being mean. Well, he's being mean, but he's not like being malicious or anything. He's just teasing her. He's getting in her face, and he's doing this.
What
doing
the
this.
fuck?
And she says, "If you don't get your
I don't know.
fucking finger out of my face, I'm gonna break it." And he keeps doing this, and he keeps doing this, so she takes it and snaps it.
I told you so. I told you so.
Yeah.
I told you.
Ow!
This is
Damn it.
the
Got him.
reason that, now I want you to understand the reason that your
What happened to my
dad
plane?
nitpicks
I
the
hit it!
original Jeff the Killer story is because it is similar to some of the things that he has gone through with his brother and his mom. There was one day that he and Bobby were fighting, physically fighting, and Bobby
Which Jeff the Killer story?
Alright.
The one
poured
that
on
my
bleach.
Jeff
Yes,
is?
I'm working on
Putting
it.
bleach poured on him and
Oh,
set
yeah.
on fire with the
Yeah.
bleach. I don't know if that's I don't remember if that's OC or if that's you, or if that's original Jeff the Killer or if that's you.
Original, yeah.
That's what I thought. But he had an issue with this long before you guys. This is not a personal like fuck you in particular. This is when creepypasta came out. He had an issue with this.
Yeah.
But the reason for that is because there was a time that
Why?
Bobby and Dad were fighting, and Dad
'Cause-
was probably 15, between 15 and 17, because it was before he got kicked out after his dad died. So he was around 15, 17. So a built young man, but not as big as he was going to be. So Bobby got the upper hand, which means Bobby had him straddled and was on top of him and was choking him, was killing him. And in order to get them to stop, remember, this woman is
You have
4
this
foot
story
9 on
backwards.
a good day.
I was choking Bobby.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, then I'm remembering a different time. Which was the time that you were losing?
When she hit us with the van.
The van. Okay, so I'm sorry. So this time Dad was winning. So Dad was killing Bobby this time. So Dad was killing Bobby. She grabbed bleach and poured it on them to try to get them to break up. All she did was waterboard Bobby with bleach.
Because she poured it on the back of my head, and it poured around my head down into his face.
Yeah, all it did was literally bleach Dad's hair. It didn't do anything except for make Bobby's situation worse.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you at one point
No.
electrify Bobby?
So not Bobby, but yes, my brother Dakota.
With his, and I know this doesn't
With like a car door or
actually
some shit?
explain
Yes,
why
on accident.
It had some sort of like chemical fucking reaction.
Right.
And it caught fire because it wasn't the bleach that caught him on fire. It was the ungodly amounts of alcohol that he was drenched in.
When did he get drenched in alcohol? When did that happen? I'm confused.
Oh, in my Jeff's.
In your Jeff story.
He is like this fucking just bottles of fucking alcohol is dumped onto him.
Okay,
and then
I remember that.
And then it bashed
I
him.
thought you were talking about in the OC story.
No.
I was gonna say, in the original story, I didn't remember, like, regular alcohol being used. It was just bleach.
Yeah, no. It was no.
Walter, I cannot see through your furry ass.
You got a big furry ass. Sit down.
You have only centered the ass. Thank you.
You having dog issues?
Always.
But yeah, it
What
caused.
is now?
So the alcohol ignited him into fucking flames, and then the bleach was just heated essentially on his fucking clothes. So it just caused him really bad chemical reaction,
Right.
irritation on top of
Yeah.
severe skin burns.
Yeah, that absolutely yes. Ooh, I've put my hand in pure bleach once because
I used to play
was-
in pure bleach when I was a kid with my action figures.
When I would go through my manic phases back before I got on medication, when I was 16, 17, when I was beating Dad, I would go through periods of mania where you can ask Dad, I would scrub the house to the point that my knuckles bled. I would be on my hands and knees taking toothbrushes to the baseboards, scrubbing the house. And I had dropped my wedding ring into my literal just bucket of concentrated bleach, and I would continuously drop it, and just my hands were so cracked and fucked from the chemical peels that I was doing on my hands.
My mom used to
Like,
clean houses and have a bucket of bleach that I played in with my action figures.
that was one of the many, many, many reasons that I hit him one day, was because he mentioned that, like, hey, maybe you should not clean so much, and I lost my fucking shit. Meow. You look like a jelly bean.
Oh no! Don't land on me!
You look so happy right now. I don't know what it is about you right now, but you seem just so happy. So happy.
Like a jelly bean.
Left the back door open one day and didn't realize that the screen door was also open. And I came home and both Sid and DD had just vacated the premises.
Those kids that were running around were hers.
Yeah, I do too.
I think she ended up having kids.
She either did or she died. Just let me get out of the car.
Maybe she got hungry enough and kind of just like,
Ate one of them.
no, maybe.
she was mean enough. She probably ate at least one,
Cats do that.
and one to grow on.
The fucking laws of nature and how motherhood works in nature is wild to me.
Oh, we can't afford food this winter. Guess we're gonna eat little Jimmy. Try again next year. Walter, down! I'm about to fucking bop you in the nose. Down!
Down, pat, and ready next season.
Oh no, he died of the pox. Guess we'll try again next harvest. It's literally what it was. Families would have 12 or 13 children and only have like 4 to show for it. That's why they often say that medieval times the life expectancy was at about 30 years old. And that's not incorrect. But it wasn't because people died in their 30s. It was because people often didn't make it out of infancy. And so that skewed the life expectancy rates. If you made it past 5, you were very likely to live into your 50s and even to your 70s. You just weren't very likely to make it past 5 years old.
Oh, jeez.
Now, the disparity between being a man and a woman was absolutely true. You were far more likely to die as a woman than you were as a man, because you were far more likely to die in childbirth than you were in working the fields. That being said, something as simple as a sore tooth could kill you, let alone any kind of cancer. I was reading the other day about King Herod. You know, in the Bible, after the baby Jesus is born, how the king, when the wise men pass through King Herod's kingdom and they ask, where's the baby Jesus? And he tells them, and he lies to them, and then he has all the sons killed in that area because he's afraid of the king of the Jews. That king, you know who I'm talking about? Okay, well, sorry. That king, he is actually a real historical figure. He died because he had gotten a bladder infection that ended up becoming septic. He ended up with a bed sore on his genitals, becoming gangrenous, and he died because worms were eating off his penis. His penis exploded because it was raw. Because but literally something as simple as something that what is now a a nuisance, like it burns when I pee, let me just drink more water, could literally make your penis explode. It took him 52 days to die. 52 days his penis was rotting. And he was alive and awake for all of it as his body was being eaten by worms. And he was awake for it. Some call it spiritual, like karma, because so the Roman emperor at the time said that better to be a pig, Walter, down. Better to be one of Herod's pigs than one of Herod's sons, because Herod was a Jew, which means he didn't eat pork. However, he regularly killed his sons because he was so paranoid about them trying to take his throne. Herod was not a good dude. Plus, again, he had all of the firstborn sons killed because of the whole King of the Jews things. Like, he was very much a bad person. And so they called it spiritual karma to have his literal genitals rot off and that be his death.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that.
Everyone was like, and people already hated him because he wasn't a
Who's
real
next?
Jew. He was forced to convert, basically. So he wasn't a blood Jew, so people thought he was an imposter king, essentially. So nobody liked him anyway, and they're like, well, this is divine punishment for usurping the throne and faking being a Jew, and also for murdering all the babies. Jews have always had it fucking bad in history. There is never, like, literally, this is both the best and the worst time in history for Jewish people. This is the first time in history that they're not being actively, like, fuck the Jews, but also they're being actively fuck the Muslims. I didn't get to accept the invite.
Why is it so much of fuck the Muslims?
Gary hasn't started a thing yet, so
Fuck this
you can
one.
still accept it.
Why fuck each other's religions?
There we go.
Alright, she's in.
Question, baby doll.
It's a really big cluster.
Alright.
And it's so much nonsense.
I hope that one day everybody gets to the point where we all kind of get to live and let live.
I want to, like, walk into a room with a bunch of people of different religions and shit, and, like, come up to a microphone and be like, we're all different religions here, right? Right? They're going to nod, and I'm going to be like, okay, now, riddle me this, dear viewers. Why in the fuck are you saying fuck this person because of their religion, saying that their religion is wrong? They think that their religion is right, so they accuse your religion for being wrong.
Walter,
and
down.
you all are accusing each other of the same thing. Why can't you all just accept that you have different beliefs and accept each other? Like, your religions are supposed to teach, from what I've heard. Like, hello?
You're right.
Not every
Some
religion
people don't
is
see it
one
that
of
way.
peace, though.
Yeah, just like Dad said, not every religion is one of peace. Some religions are based on intolerance. Some doctrines are based on intolerance. Original Christianity is absolutely based in peace. The original teachings of Christ are absolutely things I would teach in my home. The things that you learn in church are not things I would teach in my home. Christianity is different from Baptists, or from Jehovah's Witnesses, or from Catholicism.
Well,
Christianity is
the
different from whatever is being taught.
Helicopter's dead.
Not to mention, like,
it's like Jesus is a mystic. Because it's true.
if you're gonna read the Bible, try to get an original translation. because the most modern recent translations have been changed so much. Like the fact that homosexuality wasn't in the Bible before 1954.
Not just that, homosexuality was never, it was translated not as a man lying with a man, it was translated as a man lying with a child.
That's what I'm saying. Homosexuality was not in the Bible before 1954 because the original
Every verse that they're talking about,
the original verse was that man shall not lay with a boy, not man shall lay with a man.
Which is funny, because they had that in the Bible, and guess what they were doing to all of the 16-year-olds as soon as, not even 16-year-olds, as soon as they started their periods.
You also have to remember, baby, that the differences in what was considered a child then versus now are very different because, again, people didn't live as long.
What in the nuggets just happened to me?
They were doing the same
No idea.
Generally, yeah.
Usually you never really see much of the stories.
Oh,
So they
wrong
do,
button.
but the problem is that the boys are generally the kings, and so it doesn't really matter how old they are. But you hear absolutely of like child kings and things like that, and then they beget, like Edward. Hold on, I gotta remember. Edward the Ninth would have been a child king.
The most famous king of Egypt was a child king.
Engaged at 9 months old. Like regularly, that was an occurrence. The Disney movie, Sleeping Beauty, do you know what that party is where the young prince meets the baby for the first time? That's her betrothal party. That is them getting betrothed, engaged. That is a promise to marry. That was extremely common in ancient times.
The most famous king of Egypt was King Tut, and he was 12 years old.
12. One of the
He
most
only
famous
ruled from like
pharaohs of
1330,
Egypt.
like from
He was 12 years
1313
old.
to like 1323 or
One of my-
something like that.